The fight between Jake Paul and Tommy Fury is almost here, and things are definitely starting to heat up between the two. A lot of MMA fighters and boxers have weighed in on their opinion, and Chael Sonnen is one of them. He sure isn't mincing his words when it comes to the upcoming fight between Jake Paul and Tommy Fury. He went straight for the jugular, saying that he knows exactly how this one's going to go, with Paul absolutely dominating Fury to an extent where he won't win a single round. Ouch! Sonnen also believes that Paul's unshakable self-belief will be a major factor in the result of the fight. He said he can't remember a fight he had where he knew for sure he was going to win, but with Paul, it's different. There's no doubt in his mind that he'll come out on top. It's a bold prediction, and one that Fury isn't likely to take too kindly to. But if Sonnen is right, it looks like Paul might have an easy time when they clash in Saudi Arabia on February 26th. But is Chael Sonnen right about this? I'm not too sure. I mean, on the surface, it does look like Jake Paul has a huge advantage over Tommy Fury. He's bigger and stronger than Fury. Plus, he's got that self-belief that Sonnen mentioned. On paper, at least, it looks like an easy win for Paul. But then again, there have been plenty of occasions in the past where fighters have come up against opponents they were supposed to defeat easily, only for them to be shocked and embarrassed by the performance of their opponent. Could something like that happen here? I'm not sure, but it's definitely possible. The other thing to consider is that Fury just might be a lot better than Sonnen and Paul give him credit for. He's an undefeated boxer with plenty of experience, so he could turn out to be the surprise package of this fight.
And one thing that I like about Fury is he has a beautiful straight right hand, right down the middle. Excellent right hand.
So at the end of the day, I'm not convinced one way or another whether Sonnen is right or wrong. I guess we'll just have to wait until February 26th and see who wins. But how did Tommy Fury respond?
Shots is a bit frustrating to him. Tommy throws 4-punch combo there.
You just call me a
Well, Tommy Fury clearly isn't scared of Jake Paul after hearing Chael Sonnen's prediction that Paul will dominate him come February 26th. Fired back with confidence and conviction, he said that Paul's boxing career will be over after their fight and that he'll regret ever thinking he could take him on. It looks like Fury is ready for the fight.
Charged out to the centre of the ring, doesn't he? So he's got Tommy Fury. You know, he's rangy. The word will like to get a couple around.
And he's adamant that it won't even be close. He believes that when a proper boxer faces off against a YouTuber, the result will be obvious, with him knocking Paul out in one fell swoop.
There's danger involved in, takes the time out to address you sitting ringside, and now you hear the crowd.
He's getting booed.
But other people in the biz also weighed in with their theories. Jake Paul and Eddie Hearn don't agree on a lot, especially when it comes to boxing skills, but they've put their differences aside to co-promote Amanda Serrano's title fight against Erica Cruz this weekend. And despite Hearn's doubts about Paul's ability, he admits that the YouTube star will be a tough opponent for Tommy Fury in their upcoming match. Hearn believes Paul has the mental edge when it comes to facing off against a boxer like Fury, saying it ain't his world. He thinks that by the time the two step into the ring, Fury will already be defeated mentally, and Paul will likely win with a knockout. But Hearn is also realistic about Paul's limitations, saying he couldn't ever compete at the level of someone like Canelo Alvarez. Ultimately, he sees Paul as a distraction from the real boxing stars, but still worth watching. At the end of the day, Hearn said, you gotta back yourself. We'll have to wait and see which fighter will come out on top, but one thing is for sure, it's gonna be a wild ride. But now, Paul has just added another layer of drama by revealing a one-sided rematch clause for their upcoming bout.
There's a left hook on the top of the head by Paul.
Bang, shit.
Shot to the
Body
body.
shot to them ribs. Bang, right to the
World champion.
Paul recently confirmed that there is a rematch clause included in the contract, but it's only on his side. This means that if Fury defeats Paul at the end of February, he won't be able to immediately request a rematch. Instead, Paul would have the power to trigger a rematch clause to force the two to run it back right away. And this isn't the first time Paul has had a rematch clause in his contract either.
Pretty good shot. Silva's pace too at his age. Yeah.
As he also included one when he fought Tyron Woodley last year. Paul has been exuding confidence ever since news of their upcoming fight broke, and he doesn't expect that to change anytime soon. In a recent interview, he said that he wouldn't have to train for the fight, and that it would be an easy win for him, something Fury doesn't take too kindly to. So with Paul's one-sided rematch clause thrown into the equation, we can expect one wild ride when these two finally clash in the ring. Will Fury prove Paul wrong and defeat him, or will the YouTube star be able to back up his words with a win? It's getting super exciting, but it gets even deeper. Jake Paul has just revealed an interesting wrinkle in his upcoming fight against Tommy Fury. He's got backup. Mike Perry, the former UFC welterweight contender, is apparently set to step into the ring as a replacement opponent should Tommy pull out of the fight. It's not hard to see why Paul feels it necessary to have a backup plan.
I love Jake Paul. Let's run it back.
Bet. Let's go.
Deal.
The fight between him and Tommy Fury has already been postponed twice before, once in December 2021 and again this past August. Complications on the Fury side made it impossible for Tommy to make the date.
Beautifully, just measuring with his left hand to get extension fully and the distance right.
Paul also threw some shade at his opponent in his latest comments.
Took a jab over the top. And Paul had my 2 points. Yeah, there's been some close.
Saying that Tommy is just a puppet of Tyson and John Fury, and that he's just trying to live up to their legacy. He's a big talker, but I don't think he believes the things that he's saying, Paul said. I don't think he believes in himself, and he's going to be in for a rude awakening, and he's going to hate the sport after I'm done with him. It's clear that Paul is confident in his ability to beat Fury, which makes Mike Perry an even more interesting wildcard if he ends up stepping into the ring. With a 7-win record spread over 5 years in the UFC and 2 wins in bare-knuckle boxing for BKFC, there's no doubt that Perry will be a formidable opponent.
Maybe not all, but there was a good percentage of people, and 100% of y'all was talking that mess online.
But if there was one man whose opinion actually matters, it's none other than Tommy Fury's brother, Tyson Fury. The boxing legend has weighed in on the upcoming fight between his brother Tommy and YouTube personality Jake Paul, while he conceded that Paul is a decent boxer. He warned that Tommy can't afford to be complacent for the February 26th bout. He's like a novice professional, said Tyson. He's only had 6 fights, so he's exactly as good as he should be at this stage.
Solid. 19 years old.
He's not an Olympic boxer, but then again, neither am I. Tyson urged his brother to take the fight seriously and prepare properly, saying that it's not just the opponent that poses a challenge. There's big pressure, a big stadium, top of the bill, and all that sort of stuff, he explained.
There it is. Nice right hand over the top.
He can't just go to the ice cream parlor and not train. He's got to really focus and have the right sparring and everything. In a way, Fury is right. Tommy is definitely going to have to watch his back and not underestimate Paul. Who do you think will win this fight? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.